everyone, William here from 222 Productions, and we are finally here! We're finally here. I am here to talk to you about the American Ninja Warrior Season 11 season premiere, the LA Qualifiers, baby! And I'm going to tell you all about it in approximately 20 minutes or less, starting right now. Alright, so I just want to point out, before we start talking about the actual episode itself, make sure you let me know what you think about the episode in the comments and in the poll that is over there, I believe. Actually, no, it's over there. It's over there, yeah. Yeah, let me know. I want to hear your feedback. It's going to be very important. So, this episode was good. I really enjoyed it. There was some interesting stuff. There's not just rule changes this year. There are format changes. There's a new host. We got a new co-host. Thank God. We got a new sideline reporter. Christine sucked. Oh, I'm joking because I'm so excited. Zuri Hall is the new sideline reporter. She's great. I already like her better than Christine in every way imaginable. She has a personality and seems nice and is good looking. Anyway, so damn, that last one was mean. Alright, let's go through the course. We got a new first obstacle, the shrinking steps. I love the shrinking steps because it's fast. That's the main thing. It is so much faster than the steps, and so I'm all for it. New obstacle is number 2, called Walk the Plank. You gotta basically, there was an old Sasuke obstacle that was kind of like that, but nowhere near involved. Basically, you gotta run across the plank, and it's gonna start dipping once you get past the fulcrum section. And from the plank, you gotta get to essentially an easy Big Dipper shoot. Grab the bar, swing to the other side. I think tall people have an advantage on this obstacle. That is my personal opinion based on what I saw. Spring forward. It is a series of lache bars, but on one, they're only attached to one side, and they're on a spring, so it's all wonky. And there's these gray cylinders to prevent you from getting too close to the fulcrum of the bars. And if you grab the gray tubes, they spin, so they're thick and they spin, so it's very hard to grab. You shouldn't grab them. But basically, it's to mess with your momentum as you're trying to hold on and be like boing, boing, boing. I like them. They're cool. Number 4, Diamond Dash, returning. Number 5, turning Spin Hopper. And then number 6 is the Warped Walls, both of them, the regular and the mega. I like this course. It can be done quickly. And I like fast. I like speed. I like people who can finish quickly. Alright? None of this long, drawn-out runs, you know. I want you in, out, boom, done. One of the other things is that in terms of editing and formatting, they didn't take the time to explain the whole course ahead of time. They focused on a few key obstacles, and I like that. You don't need to tell us the whole course ahead of time. You know, that's one of the things that I know Sasuke does. Whenever I watch that, they don't even tell you the course ahead of time unless you watch the Navi. You just watch the person. If you didn't watch the Navi, you just watch the person run stage 1. And every time someone gets to an obstacle for the first time, they put a little title on the bottom, on the like around here, this area right here. They're like, ooh, like obstacle 3 or 4. The fishbone. Something like that. Anyway. What time is it? Oh my god, it's 2:30. But yeah, I like the course. Also, one of the things I noticed, not everyone who got fast forward got named. So that's one of the things I noticed. Like, at one point, they did like a little focus on the Walk the Plank. They're like, yo, Walk the Plank was taking out a lot of people today. Here's a bunch of people who failed Walk the Plank, including some we're not even going to bother naming. So it's kind of weird when I'm doing my whole fast forward counter. Gotta make sure I count all of them, but so keep in mind when I do my fast forward counter that I might have missed some. I'm not doing every run blow by blow. Just gonna give you ahead of time because it's regionals, and I don't do it for regional qualifiers. One of the things that I noticed is that they change the way that they present clears, course clears. Now they'll do like licensed music for a profile piece and licensed music, the same licensed music. When someone clears the course, they'll do like a little slow-mo of them going, yeah! But like, what's interesting, it made it feel more like a reality show in that regard. More like America's Got Talent. That's the first thing I thought of. Because America's Got Talent will do that thing where they'll do the profile on the person, and you know, it's like all inspirational and stuff. But then it'll cut. And then when the judges all, you know, 3 yeses, they'll play the same song that they played for the intro of that contestant. They do the same thing on American Ninja Warrior now. So it's kind of weird. It's different. I'm not like against it, but it does give it less of a sports feel and more of a reality show feel. The other change that they made editing wise that I'm not too keen on is that they took the clock off the screen. Now, only at select times will you actually see a clock on the upper right-hand corner of the screen. So it'd be right here normally on the screen. And unfortunately, majority of the time, it's not here. I remember, so the first person who cleared, David Alvarez, they never showed his time until the very end, I believe. But when he was doing his run, he never got to see his time. They never showed the clock, and it was very weird. I think it's really weird for considering now we have the Power Tower, and time actually matters more than ever for the qualifiers. Like, because the average viewer, they don't know that there's an actual prize for taking first place in a qualifier. But now, as far as the audience is concerned, there's actual reason for there to be a timer. There's an actual reason to go faster. And now the timer's not on screen. It's just weird. Very weird. So Seth Rogers. Really glad to see Seth Rogers. Let's talk about some competitors now. Really glad to see Seth Rogers. I've seen him on the NNL a bunch of times. He's finally old enough to be on the show. He made it to Spin Hopper. I'm glad to see him do that well. He's moving on to Vegas. We'll discuss. Actually, I think I discuss this right now. It was raining on that show, and you don't have to know the behind the scenes of LA to know that it was raining because you just have to watch it. I think it was like the very first run. Kevin Fish. I remember just looking at that and being like, that is clearly raining as they're doing the course. That course was wet. Like, no wonder so many people fell early on this course. It was a wet course. But I mentioned David Alvarez. They were the first clear that they showed. He had, like, most of the profile pieces I thought were pretty good and didn't feel like they took forever. This one went long. I think David Alvarez might have had the longest one. And it was a bit. It felt like, you know, the over dramatic reality show that you see. Now the story, I don't want to downplay the story. He's looking for his long lost sister, and it sounds weird on paper at first when you hear someone say they're using a Ninja Warrior to perhaps find his sister, but it makes sense in that it makes him. It gives him more exposure. It helps spread the message faster. There is that potential, and I get it. It's still kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. To hear someone say they're using a reality show to help find their sister. I was honestly expecting that by the end of the episode, the end of his run, they were going to bring the sister out, that Ninja Warrior found her. But that never happened. Because, like, I feel like that is something other reality shows would have done and have done. So I was half expecting like her to appear during the interview segment with Zuri, but never happened, unfortunately. But I hope he finds his sister, like legit. I'm happy. I just want to point out Alex Weber, from formerly of Crashing the Course, actually competed as a contestant. Unfortunately, fell on Spring Forward. If he went faster, he might have actually moved on. Unfortunately, and the other reason I bring this up is because appears that A&W is actually doing one of the things that I suggested they do in the top 5 things that I want them to do. They put, even though he got fast forward on the show, they put his full run on his YouTube, on the YouTube channel, on the Ninja Warrior YouTube channel. So that's great. I'm glad to see that. I am actually really glad to see that. Thank you, A&W, for doing that. Hopefully we see more runs like that of just cut runs or fast forward runs in full. I like that. Flip Rodriguez, oddly enough, didn't get a profile piece, but he was the first run where the clock appeared on the show. He ended up going for the Mega Wall, but failed the Mega Wall, so that was surprising. What was surprising also, Derek Miyamoto failed Spring Forward, and it wasn't good enough to move on, unfortunately. Very sad to see that. Very surprised to see both Anna Shoemaker and Tiana Weberly fail Walk the Plank. I like Tiana a lot, and it was sad to see her fail there. But as well, actually, if you only watch the TV show, you wouldn't know this, but both Tiana and Anna moved on. I'll talk about that at the very end. But yeah, they're both moving on. But they never talked about that on the show. You would never know that if you only watched the show. The best woman of the night was by far Samantha Bush. She had a whole profile about how basically she was raised by her mom because she lost her dad young, unfortunately. She made the spin hopper, and she had a good run. She saved herself on the Diamond Dash. A very good save. She looked good. I know nothing about this woman, but I hope to learn more now because I can see that she has success on this course. I'm kind of surprised that Rebecca Benil got the fast forward treatment, considering she was the second best competitor and the only other woman to reach the Diamond Dash. I would have thought they would have given her some more focus. I am glad to see that David Campbell get some focus on. They just talked about how he, all 10 seasons, he's had some good years, he's had some bad years, but he wants to make this a good year. And he cleared in 1:35.99. He did the first 4 obstacles in 1 minute. He looked good on this course, man. David Campbell looked good on this course, let me tell you what. Really, really happy to see him on the course. They also put on a guy named Brian Burke. They put a focus on a guy named Brian Burke, and how he is autistic, but he found gymnastics and later Ninja Warrior, and he ended up clearing. And I'm really glad for him that he did that. That was really good stuff. Really liked it. Even though he got fast forward, glad to see Arnold Hernandez finally clear a course, get a buzzer. Happy to see that. Shockingly, Adam Rail failed the spin hopper, but this is what I like about these new power tower rules, man. He was rushing. He was going for the time. He was going for the power tower. He was trying to do power tower and mega wall together, which is totally possible if you're fast enough. But he rushed it and he messed up on the spin hopper. And it's just like, yeah, it happens. The good news is he's moved on. He was a bit bummed out. I don't mind him. I can't blame him, but yeah. And then they featured Hunter Gerard and Kyle Soderman. Oh, God, I'm so glad to see Kyle Soderman back finally in American Ninja Warrior. Hunter Gerard cleared with 1:34. Kyle Soderman looked like he was going for the fastest time, but he went for the Mega Wall, and he ended up failing the Mega Wall. And I'm going to be frank, David owed Kyle a big thank you for going for the Mega Wall and not... and not the warped wall, because Kyle would have beaten David easily, and would have beat Hunter too, honestly, if he did. So Brian Kretsch, glad to see Brian Kretsch clear. It seemed a little scary based on his fast forward run, but glad to see him moving on. Also, it was a bit weird because like the last run was Kevin Bull, and it's like he clear? Like he cleared, but he just missed finishing the top two. So it'll be David and Hunter. And I should probably mention that we also had Scott Wilson as a $10,000 Mega Wall clear. He was formerly the chess ninja, but he is the guy who scorpioned last year. That looked painful. I think they said he had some bruised discs in his spine. Like, yikes. Ouch. Man. And he had like this, he had this funny shirt, basically kind of making fun of people, basically making fun of the ninja nickname stuff. Also, just wanted to point out that right before his run, they had a segment about people wearing shirts. It kind of, went into his shirt because he had like this really long shirt. I just want to point out, random Lucy Romberg sighting during that segment. And I looked, she didn't compete in LA this year. I don't know if she competed in a different region or if they used old footage that was never seen. But it's like, okay, that's weird. Random Lucy Romberg sighting. So yeah, it's good for Scott Wilson. Got the $10,000 Mega Wall clear. Happy for him. I would not have bet money that. If I had bet money, I would have been wrong. If you told me, here's everyone who competed, who do you think is getting the $10,000 Mega Wall? I know nothing about Scott Wilson personally. I apologize. I just don't know. I would never have guessed it, but I'm glad. I'm glad to be pleasantly surprised at stuff like this. So good for him. Good for him. 10 grand, no joke. But the Power Tower came down to Hunter Gerard and David Campbell. Basically, the Power Tower course, the way it works is they have to climb up a bunch of steps, a bunch of like 5-foot steps, and then they have to make their way around a pole, like curved pole like this. They got to slide down a pole, then they got to run across a pole, Kunoichi style. I wouldn't be surprised if they took influence from Kunoichi with this part. Then they got to climb up a pole, do a big lache, and then do a couple of slow maches, and then jump back to the platform and hit their button, which is an orb, their glowing orb. And whoever hits it first gets the speed pass. One thing that I should mention, as someone who was at the Baltimore tapings and got to see the Power Tower in action, you might not notice this on TV, but the bar, basically, the bar that you run across and the bar you climb on, it detaches. It's got this automatic detach system. As soon as you start climbing, the bar that you run across detaches and swings away. That way, just in case someone fails the climb, they don't hit the bar on the way down. So it's safe. Basically, the Power Tower is safe. It's they're like 40 feet in the air. It's a thick air crash pad, air-filled crash pad that they're above. I know in the Baltimore, they filmed people failing the Power Tower both nights to so they can get the shots of people failing and be like, "Ooh, look how dangerous it is." And so it is absolutely safe, I believe. It was close. Hunter they were pretty even on the steps. Hunter got the lead going down the pole, but David ran across the pole first. But Hunter caught up, got the lead on the laches, and just inched out David in what was a very close and very, very, very fun to watch race. And so Hunter Gerard is going to Vegas. Doesn't matter how well or how poorly he does in the LA finals. He can fail the first obstacle. It doesn't matter. He's going to Vegas. And just there was the one nice little note at the very end. They did a little in memory of Travis McDaniel, who, for those of you who don't know, is the creator of ATS, which is the company that designs and builds obstacles for them, for the show. He unfortunately passed away not too long ago, actually. Very sad. But anyway, let's quickly run through the final results. A total of 96 people ran the course this time around. We saw 15 full runs on TV, 32 fast forwards, and all 11 clears were shown. To break down the entire results, 26 failed the shrinking steps, 31 failed walk the plank, 13 failed spring forward, 3 failed diamond dash, 7 failed spin hopper, 2 failed the warped wall, 3 failed the mega wall, and, like I said, 11 cleared the course. Here are your top 30 competitors. We have Hunter Gerard, who won the speed pass, David Campbell, Kevin Bull, Danielle Levia, Davon Hancock, Scott Wilson, who won the $10,000 mega wall prize, David Alvarez, Arnold Hernandez, Brian Burke, Brian Ketch, and Jonah Boner. They all cleared. And then we have Kyle Soderman, Flip Rodriguez, Ruben Aurelio, Hunter Swan, Corey McCoy, who all either failed the warped wall or the mega wall. And then Adam Rail, Seth Rogers, Ben Udi, Wesley Silvestri, Noah Garfield, Austin Siebert, Samantha Bush, who all failed the spin hopper. And then Kevin Fish, Rebecca Benil, and Verde Benson, who all failed the diamond dash. I feel like, hold on. Oh yeah, Ben Udi, Chad Flexington. That's right, yeah. All right, I like Chad Flexington, Ben Udi. He, I like, you know what? You got to have more fun on this course. Fun personalities, yeah, I'm all for that. Positive. A thumbs up for Ben Udi, aka Chad Flexington. Now, back to the top 30. To round out the top 30, we have Lee Cates, Thomas Coffrin, Anthony Turks, and Stephen Barbado, who all failed spring forward. Yes, that's right. The cutoff, excuse me, was obstacle 3. Man, just saying that, I missed it. Oh, God, put a thing in my throat. And so, yeah, I mean, just, I think that was largely due to how wet it was. With all the rain, I think that was the main reason you had people failing. Because a lot of people failed early. And then your top 5 women, we already have 2 in the top 30. So the 3 women who round out the rest of the top 5, which was oddly enough not shown on TV. I don't know why, but it was on A&W Nation. So the 3 other women who will be moving on are Emmy Rose, who failed spring forward, and Anna Shoemaker and Tiama Waverly, who both failed walk the plank. However, I don't have any times for them. But yeah, stop the clock right there. It's been good. It was a good episode. I really like it. Did you like it? I liked it. Because I think we both liked it. Hopefully. I don't know. Is there anything that you didn't like? Anything? There's a lot of rules changes, a lot of format changes, a lot of presentation changes. There's so many changes. This is a year change for A&W. It feels like. I'm excited. I'm excited to talk about the show this year. I'm excited to do the Stage 5 Ninja Awards at the end of the year. I am excited in general. I guess American Ninja Warrior is back. I get to talk about it. I got to talk to you about it. I'll be doing that every week that there's a new episode of American Ninja Warrior Season 11, and I hope that you will stay and watch me talk about the show that I watched. Thank you all very much for watching. I should probably get some sleep at this point. It's 3 in the morning. But thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you next time.